night, good afternoon. You're welcome to The Buzz. It's Thursday edition where we talk about lifestyle, relationship, marriage, some reality, some trends. Of course, we get very good reactions from here. My name is Rose Blossom. You're welcome. Do follow us on our social media pages, and of course, our YouTube is there. You can like, subscribe to watch any one of our programs, news that you have missed. Also, we have Galaxy TV Comedy is also there. You can also we have Galaxy TV Entertainment. You can subscribe. It's good to be here again. I'm excited, and we have Success in the beauty the day. Quite a while. You took 2 weeks break, bro.
Yeah.
Success is here to talk about everything that I have on the table, and of course, I also have Apostle Grace on her. She went 1 year break. Yeah. I'm kidding. It's good to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you so much for joining in. Okay, because Success talked about it, let's quickly just dive into that first. About the young boy that kidnapped the girl. Of course, that murdered her, trying to use her private part for rituals, and all the investigations are still on. Although they have apprehended the boy, but investigation is still on. We're yet to get full confirmation. But in all of this, the story is quite weird. Is it that they don't know each other, or because I don't understand, how do you walk up with a stranger?
I think those were teenagers.
Yes, they were.
So naturally, it's very, very normal to find teenagers doing the love stuff, meet the love online, with a friend. I don't know how those two folks met, but there's one thing that was certain was that she slipped to his environment. Of course, she would have been engrossed with whatever he told her, and he took advantage. Initially, it started with wanting to extort her. Then I don't know how it got to the point where he decided to kill her. And if investigation had not been done, we wouldn't even know that the guy had other victims that were showing up. So I was happy when I found out that some other people had come out to say this same guy. And so one investigation, so we now know that the guy killed his own sister or something like that. So I just think that people should be very careful. Whether it's your classmates, because from the whole story, it looks like they met in the environment of academics. So I don't know how the whole story went, but
people should be, ladies, be careful when you meet a stranger. I don't even know what is so mouth-watering right now that will make, in fact, growing up, you are a stranger. I don't know the kind of sugar you would have in your mouth, or salt or Maggi, that we even make. Which love? I had enough from my parents, so I don't think your kind of love will be pure. I don't know. I think the problem is, I feel that maybe one of the things that must have led her is money. That is what a young girl right now, they want to get everything. I don't know, but that's one of the reasons why ladies fall into this trap. If you check, 99.9% of that is usually money.
And
they are
realistic
fantasies. I'll take you here, I'll take you there. And if I'm going to say this one today, but I'll say tomorrow, let me leave it, because it's an entertainer that said that, Big Brother Naija ex-housemate that said that. It's just kind of relating to what she said. But I know if I say it now, you always find an escape route. Just find a way out of it. So don't worry, let's leave it. So let me start with what we have today. The first one we're talking about is a Nigerian woman has replied a life coach who said marrying a high-educated working woman is one of the worst decisions a man would ever make. So that's the point. Is it actually wrong for a man to marry? Do you think a man gets insecure getting married to a highly educated and a working class lady? Do you think that?
It's possible.
Really?
As a matter of fact, in this part of the world, that is highly possible. But there are different things to it. First of all, a man naturally, if all things be equal, shouldn't feel that way. But there are certain factors that can make a man feel that way. For example, if his portfolio cannot match up
with the woman,
there is already a reason for insecurity and fear. Number two, if the woman in question does not understand the temperamental and psychological configuration of the man, she can directly or indirectly
make
him feel insecure. So I think it has to do with the psychology of both of them. Me as a guy, I would always recommend, if you want to settle with a woman who is either financially or academically better than you, you should have other advantages. Because a woman naturally would not give that man that kind of respect until she sees something that is worth respect.
Yeah.
So if you cannot match her academically, there should be some part of your life. Maybe you have wisdom better than her, or maybe you know the application of what she has learned. There should be something she's looking up to you for. So if she has nothing to look up to you academically, she passes you. Finance, she passes. There's already a problem.
There's a problem. The disrespect will start coming in.
Disrespect will just naturally flow.
Apostle, what's your take?
I think I love what he just said. But the truth of the matter is that when you're a man, academically you are not sound, financially you are not there. There's nothing this woman will do that you will not feel that is doing it because she knows that you don't have. There's a way men feel. I know there are some men that to marry an intelligent woman, but not just much smarter than him. Every woman as a woman, there are things I'm expecting from my man. Are you getting my point? There must be a level that the man being the head, being the director of the house, must be higher than you. If it's not money, it must be a wisdom, as he said, or counseling. There must be something you are getting. If you are getting it at all, no matter how humble you are, one day you will act disrespectfully. It's natural. But we thank God for some women that really understand that everything they have or they have gotten is privileged by God. But men take it for granted. So I believe that men should be on a higher level than their wives for this relationship to be very, very cordial, and you will get your respect. You earn respect.
Yeah,
you earn honor.
That's the point.
It is not I am a man. Like I met a man came to my school to register the son, and that's my first time to meet this man last week. And what this man is saying in the office, madam, I am the head of my family. My wife will soon come here, but no matter whatever my wife said, I am the head of the family. I am the head of the family. I say, sir, I don't think it's something to be contested about. You are the head. You are the head. Why are you seeking it as something? He said, because my wife has money more than me. I say, you are feeling insecure. You should know the best way to manage your wife. Your wife having money more than you is an advantage to you and to the family. So it's not something, I said, the way you are even putting it, you'll be threatening the woman.
Excuse me.
So there's nothing she will do that you will feel it's because you have money, because you have money. Life, we complement each other.
Yeah.
Whatever you don't have, your
partner,
has, it is still, but it is the ability, the charisma, the courage, the understanding to carry her along. Every woman for whom they will submit to. Sincerely, no matter how garagara, that woman may look like she's looking for a man that she will submit to. With all her dollars, with all of nairas, she needs a man that can tell her stop.
And she will stop.
Men that doesn't know how to tell their wife stop. Everything they bring it, they project it as if an insult. And we are all human beings. When a woman is the one providing everything, and you don't give her the space most of the time to
Express
She
herself.
expressed herself. Because anything she said, you pick of
You
it.
pick of her, because he's the one providing.
Because you have money. Because you're the one providing. No, we should be able to work together. God made us, make us to be one. And we should remain
one.
Men should not be threatened, insecure.
Success.
The woman is your is an advantage.
Do you have something?
Definitely.
I know you are, because do you look on your face?
If we do not touch the other angles, probably will not be balancing.
Okay.
So let me. I think I want to create the balance. Now, naturally, remove finance, remove academics, remove influence and everything. Women naturally have the propensity to be not to be submissive. Now, let me go religious. In scripture, when the Bible said woman should submit, it didn't tell the man the same thing. The instruction of the man is different. It said, Lord.
So he knows there's a problem there, that's why.
Now, so by default, men naturally, yes.
To each one another.
Now, it specifically told the man, told the man to love.
Yes.
And told the woman
to submit.
Now, a woman by default,
that means she doesn't submit.
If tradition has not taught her matrimonial discipline, if influence or mentoring or some kind of external force has not told her this is your place as a woman, or this is how you should. Naturally, she would not.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think naturally she would not. So it will take a woman who naturally has been taught how to be disciplined or how to be respectful to naturally respect the man, irrespective of whether he has money or irrespective of whether he does not have money. So this is what I would advise ladies before you even fall in love with a man. I've done a study and I found out that ladies will tell you, I prefer to marry a man that is older than me. He shouldn't be 3 years, 5 years, blah 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 years older than me. And if you ask them why, they said they want a man that can submit to, that can control them, they're giving different. But if you summarize of their whatever, they need an object that looks submit, that is how do I say it? That they can give that submission to. So this is what I would say. If the guy does not look like he can command your respect from day one,
don't bother.
Because if you go in, you're just going to find yourself becoming a rebellious wife. So if naturally, you should know, if you are the one that has to teach him this, if you are the one that has to tell him this, he's like your student, most likely your mother in some cases. I don't know how you would enjoy that kind of a husband. I
agree with both of you, because like you said, you're creating a balance, which is very true. Because if I look at it, it's just a simple word for God to have said, woman, submit to your husband. He already knows that there's a problem with submission. So he's already saying this is just what you have to do. Then he knows that men will find it hard to love the woman because of it's an issue. So men, love your woman. So I think that settles it. I think it's basically women looking for that man that can command command your respect. And of course, man, when you feel threatened already, I don't even know why you're going into the relationship. You already see she's a career woman, she might make it bigger than you. You're not probably the career person, you just want to be working and just be earning money and maybe doing business. I think everybody should know what rocks their boat and work with that. I just want to move that, because if we continue, we'll still be here talking about marrying highly qualified. Okay, let's talk about another one. Nigerian man says, it was a Nigerian. I'll read a response to this topic that we just talked about, and that's because the woman response was like one of the best response to that tweet that the man gave. She said, I have a PhD in information system security. I am the director of a cyber company. I am a cybersecurity professional. I am a career woman, and I've been married for 8 years and counting. Everybody's reality is different. Don't project yours on others. Okay, that's it on the screen. So that's a woman responding and saying, I'm a career woman, I'm still submissive, and all of that. To be honest, I will feel underneath, it's not the woman that will be coming to say 8 years and counting. We have to ask the man.
The man's report.
It's the man's report that is more valid at this point. What's your report? Yeah, the man might be taking everything.
That the man's testimony might be
different from what is. Yes, of course I agree. That's why I said you don't sing your praise. Let another person sing your praise. Okay, so let's move on. Nigerian man gives reason why women don't like dating broke men. Of course, my first question is going to be, which I'll be directing on to Apostle, is that why is it that women don't like dating broke men? But before that, I want to list what he said. Now, an ex-user who is named Nick has said that women don't like dating broke men because they tend to take out their frustration and insecurity on their partners. He said, but it's not about the money. They just don't want to deal with the negativity that broke men unleash because of being broke. She will not let you be mean to her and take your insecurity about being broke out on her. Okay, that's a whole lot. I think it's almost quite similar to what we just discussed, but this time around we're talking about just being broke. You don't have money. I want to ask Apostle, is it true? Why am I laughing at my question? Is it true that women don't like to date broke men?
I may not really say yes or no.
Oh.
It depends on personality and what every man wants. I believe everybody goes for what they want. One man is the
man's poison.
Yeah. To some, they say they don't want to date a broke man. Reason may be, when a man is broke, he feels insecure. When a man is broke, most of the times, some men don't know how to carry themselves. They don't know how to make up in order. What is money should not be the issue. The reason for relationship. I think before you can come into a relationship with somebody, there must be love, genuine love. It's not about how much is in that man's pocket or how much is in that woman's pocket. Some men too don't want to date ladies that does not have something. They have interior motive. It's vice versa. So, but relationship has to be based. How much do I love you? How much can I sacrifice for you? It's not just what can I get from you. When it is what can I get from you, it is questionable. Even though the gain will definitely come. But let love be the watchword. Because whatever you love, you can make sacrifice. You can even nurture it to grow. You are being broke today does not mean that you'll be broke forever. Yeah. It is just a question of time. You get my point? Yeah. So ladies should not say because this man is broke today. You look at what vision, what value, what is this man's goal, and how can you come in to make this thing achievable? By the time you know this man has a vision, this man has a goal, this man has where he's going, but today there's no money, and a lady you have it, you can partner with him and make things work out. Yeah. In a short time, money will come because I believe money they nurture it. When there is vision, when there is goal, everything will play out well. But when you don't have goal, you are broke, you don't have future. They ask you what is your next plan. You don't even have a plan. You are just there. So no one like to settle with such person. For me as a person, I want to know where are you going to. You may not have the money to get there now, but let me know where you are going. What is your plan? These are the things that will move me. These are the things that will motivate me to come into your life. Yeah. Then let's move on. I know when two come together as one, something great and better will come out of it.
Okay. Do you have a different opinion to why men cannot actually?
Not necessarily. She said it.
Okay.
But I'll just give you a very straight answer. Your questions. Can you rephrase the question? You said
why
ladies don't date
broke men?
I think it's a straight answer for me. 80% of ladies don't want that. There's no contention about it. 80%, and the reason is it gets worse. As a matter of fact, if you follow the media trend, you would find ladies making caricature of fellow ladies that want to settle for something below average or even average. So these days you begin to ask yourself, as a guy or as a single guy, are you sure you can cope with what's on trend right now? But this is my own take. There are two types of broke guys. If you are broke in your pocket, it's one. If you are broke in your pocket and broke in your head, it's two. And the first one, I think the first one is a temporary state.
Yeah.
But the second one is a permanent state. So even if you must date a broke guy, don't date a broke guy that's broke in his pocket and broke also in his head. But this is what I would say, because sometimes it's difficult to tell. Because you see, a guy who is broke temporarily, sometimes if you are not a lady that can foresee, you might not even be able to differentiate the two. Because as far as you're concerned, he's broke, he's broke. So what I'll tell you. The trend for, or the frequency for divorce is on the rise.
Yeah, it's on the high side.
It's worse. It's getting worse every day. So now, this is what I would say. Men value women that makes a difference in their life, especially financial difference. So if I am a starter and I am in love with a lady and she decides to reciprocate the love and asks me about my visions and my plan, and I paint it for her, this is where I think my life is going, this is what I want to do, and by virtue of her words, her advice and encouragement or direction, she's able to stand by me to make me take one or two steps or compel me or encourage me to make those moves, and those moves begin to yield results and I become successful tomorrow. I don't want to hear the kind of scared that I find outside. It will be difficult for me to forget her.
Yeah.
So this kind of inputs are part of the things that made the marriages of our parents work. But now you find ladies who just want to walk into an already defined, already built man. So what they don't understand is the more financially stable he is, the less value you have.
Because he already pre-feels he has everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the more he wants to, the more unstable he is, the more value you have, because both of you most likely are going to grow together. I don't know if you get my point.
Yeah.
So I would say, don't look for an already made man. Look for a man that you can add to his life, and he can say, without an iota of doubt, this woman is part of my success story. If I had not met her, I probably would not have been where I am today.
But you sure you know you're not advising the Gen Zs right now?
Well, the Gen Z, there are two types of Gen Z. If you really want to be a Gen Z, this kind of thing won't make any sense to you.
Yeah.
But if you want to be a Gen Z with a vibe of old school, then it will make sense.
That would actually look very interesting. I wish I can meet a lady like that. That, you know, she has a vibe of old school, but she's Gen Z.
And you know the funny thing, the people who actually have the mixture of these vibes are people who actually listen to elderly people talk. I will give you an instance. My biological sister, the guy who she married today, she married her when she accepted her proposal when he just graduated without a job. First job he got was a teaching job. Teaching job he was doing, he started talking about his marriage. Before the date of his marriage, he got a job in an oil company. Are you know what I'm saying? You got a job in an oil. So the husband, each time we are talking, he'll be like, I remember those days. I remember those days. So one of those days we had a family meeting, and he bought a special gift for my elder brother, who stands as my father now. And he went to like, thank you for the kind of daughter you people allowed me to marry. You people accepted me into your house, even when you knew
there was nothing.
So one of the questions I asked even the so-called motivational speakers on relationship, you who talks about marrying a guy who has potentials but does not have physical evidence, will you allow your daughter?
That's a good point, because a lot of them will want, especially when they are very popular, they have the fame, they have the money, would they actually allow their daughter? Like, no, they feel, I don't know, there's this something about fame and money. You just feel like, what will people say about me, you know, if I allow that to happen? So I think I really understand what you're saying. So for everyone out there, like they said, even if you're dating someone that is broke by the pockets, do not date or marry someone that is broke I don't want to use that word. That was very harsh. That was why I started laughing. Anyways, that's the advice I'll give to everybody out there. Let's look at some trending videos just to, ease up the tension of relationship going on in marriages. Now, this first one is a guest actually narrowly escaped as his hotel room POP falls. Let's see this video and we'll be right back. That was just narrowly escaping death. If I have to put that death there. Let's quickly watch this video. Be right back. Welcome back. Now, my first question is, why would a hotel room have its POP fall? Like, I don't know. Is it the building? If I don't understand what happened there, because I hear where you see some houses. In fact, so especially in Lekki, you hear some houses that somebody just packed in, they just finished building, and she'll tell you she just went out to get something, she just stepped out now, and she's coming back, she found out that the POP is down. Is it the building or the material or the way people just keep rushing? You hear somebody's building a house now, under 3 months, 6 months, person has finished building a house. That's what they build house. I don't understand, because like, take for example, this building has been here for years. Okay, it doesn't have POP though, but so you don't expect something like this. I feel like people don't put energy into building stuff, or you have a different idea from why this POP will just all of a sudden. So you can even see it was finely detached. Like, it was not like there was some part that but finally came down.
If you see the way POP is done, you will know that a POP has the tendency to fall, even if the building was done rightly.
Oh, really?
Yes. So the POP is not done with concrete. It's not done with concrete. So it's done with plywood and the rest of the materials. So I think that two things would have happened. Number one is that either the guy, the vendor, whoever was contracted to do the POP, probably didn't use the right materials, went for cheaper materials, or probably is not skilled enough, because you can have skill and probably went for subsidized or substandard materials, and you won't get the result that is expected. Or it's possible that the hotel themselves went for
a cheap
guy, because most of the people, when they want to do this kind of thing, they would only contract 1, 2, 3 persons. They'll give us your quotes, and so maybe the guy who said, I'm going to do this thing for 10 million, the lie is too expensive, but that guy is actually the professional. So they settle for the cheaper one. And the cheaper one was like, okay, let me see the best way to still do the job and get my profits. And so all of this is. But I think that there are manual ways to even investigate or test your POP. Because I've seen some of those POP guys online proving to their audience that we do quality jobs. So part of what they do is after doing POP, they suspend on the POP. Like swing on one part of the track, it's very strong.
Come down.
So even when you try to touch it physically or push it, you feel that rigidness. So I think everybody should be conscious.
Very conscious, please.
To avoid.
Please, everybody should go. It's more, and plus, you see, every time everybody wants to do POP, it's like very, very risky. Step out. What would have happened?
If there was something suspended on you, like a
chandelier,
fan or something.
Is that fan on that is even worse?
It could even electrocuted.
Yes. That's very true. Because okay, that was then in school. I've seen, like you said, fan. Please, that ceiling fan is just out of it. I've always preferred a standing fan than ceiling. But you can't help it but put a ceiling fan. But for me, if I have a ceiling fan, I don't sleep directly under it. I like the bed is always far away from, because I've experienced this in church. Then yeah, it was even a prayer time, and thank God for the guy. In fact, that guy's head would have been off.
Ignored something.
Yeah.
Before a ceiling fan would drop, you would hear mechanical noise.
Okay.
You would see irregularities with the style of rotation. And by the time you start noticing there's something different about the way this fan is rotating, that is when you should call for a technician. But usually people ignore it. And that is when,
in fact, you see some people's fan, the way the blade is spinning very fast. You even be hearing the way I'm like, why would you have wait till you won't blow? I don't understand. Like, reduce the fan, put it as a you see, you be hearing the blade, the sound of the
one night. My father noticed that there was something funny about this fan. However, the environment was so hot. So what he did was, he said, don't sleep directly under the fan. So he shifted the bed to one side and brought a table, put it on the ground, brought another one on top of it, elevated it. So by his calculation, if this thing should drop, it should first go down
the table.
And guess what?
It dropped. Can you imagine?
It happened. So how he escaped being decapitated was because somebody was careful and noticed that there's something funny about this fan. So just about it's the same thing with cars.
Yeah.
So when I see people who drive Honda cars and you see them parked on the road with one of the tires out, it's because somebody was not paying attention.
Yeah.
The moment you hear strange sounds, you should park and check. If there's a mechanic close to you, ask questions, check, and you will prevent all of these funny emergencies.
Okay. Anyways, let's move to the next one. This one is funny, but it's not funny actually, because if the person gets to know what she did, they could actually sue her. This is a lady that laced her with laxatives so she could find out which of her colleagues have been eating her food. Imagine putting something that will make you go to the toilet for as much as you'll be so weak, you lose a lot of electrolytes and water just because you want to catch. But anyways, it's not good to steal. Let's quickly watch the video where she was monitoring and waiting for who will be frequenting the toilet. A lot of times then she will know that that's the person that's been eating my food. Let's watch the video. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Okay, my first question, she called herself petty, but honestly, is that really petty, or that's just another way? I'm not saying people should don't try this at home, please. Don't feel addictive with anybody's food, please. But let me start with Apostle, because she's a woman. Do you think that's the right way to have done it, or probably should have reported to the right authorities rather than endangering someone's life?
I'm telling you, people can go somewhere to do some things. I didn't really see it to be a big deal. You are working in a place, there are other people, you are not the only one. So you should know that there are different people, different characters, different displays. So what she actually did is not right. So she's supposed to have reported to the appropriate authority or person. So this is what I'm experiencing. They will now make known to everybody. I believe the person will know that this thing I'm doing.
Of course.
So then going extra mile to do what she did is not the right.
It's not the right, and she, it's not even once, not twice. I think she was like every time she puts her food, planning to come and take lunch later, she just finds out that her food is gone, and she sees some other person's food there. But the person is always targeting her food. Like, how does the person even know? Like, that's her food. Probably that's why she had to do it that way. But what's your own reaction to this video?
The lady that gets the food is lucky, because from the footage that didn't happen in Nigeria.
No, it didn't happen in Nigeria.
In Nigeria, they would have put sniper.
In this hard time, you're eating somebody's food.
Because if you ever stayed in girls' hostel, or you listen to the gists from ladies' hostel, you hear all kind of funny gists. So this is actually not strange. The only thing I would say is, before you go on such adventure, you should also know the possible outcome of your adventure. For example, you see, you can overdose that person, and you can kill the person. The question is, can your conscience live with it, knowing the fact that it was this thing that you did? Because the way I react to a simple malaria drug might not be the way you react to it. So there are drugs that don't work with the other, even though it might be just for stomach. It might cost something else to someone else's. So I would say it is not the right thing to do. But I would advise those people who are good at stealing food, because I've experienced
anything.
Yes. Stealing food is worse, because if the owner of the food decide to make you a project, they will kill you the way they kill house rats.
New projects.
I think I'm saying. So that's the height of indiscipline. That's the height of indiscipline. It's not like you are in a wedding or in a birthday party where you want to get extra plates.
It's an office setting.
It's an office setting, or probably a domestic setting where you know it is not yours. And people keep. So when somebody, they said the curiosity of a cat does what?
The curiosity
So-
kills the cat.
So if that curiosity has gone up to a certain level, you said people ask yourself, is it a ghost or something? You are desperate to find out. And in your desperacy, you can do and undo.
Because she also said that you all might call me petty, but this is it. I just need to set the record straight. And I'm certain with that move that she made, definitely that lady would not. But let's not say, oh, she can still probably go back after getting better. She can still go back to looking for another person's food.
That's when those kind of people say they are cursed. So that's when you know that they are.
Something is wrong somewhere.
I've seen. Okay, I had an experience 3 weeks ago. This guy is addicted to betting. This guy is so educated. He's a first class product, but he didn't graduate. He's addicted to betting. So how did we know? We were done with church. We were about to leave. So one of my pastors now called and I said, please come and help set this case. What happened? 3 young men came. There was a car parked outside. And what's the issue? The guy had been out of his house for 3 days. Why? He ran away because they gave him money to fuel their car. Just like an uncle would say, okay, my nephew, please help me buy.
Well, yeah.
They gave him about 48,000. And he went with the 48,000 to play bets. And that bet that he went to play, he lost the money. He didn't have the guts to come back home. He ran away for 3 days. So he had to come and beg the pastor to help him beg his. Now, before that incident happened, he played betting and lost and went to play more and deleted his phone. When he came back home, his sister said, okay, how much is involved? Said 20-something thousand. The sister gave him the money, go and get your phone back. It was not up to 3 days that this one happened. So when I was talking to the guy said, I don't know what is wrong with me. I know it is wrong. I just can't stop it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So there are people like that. So it's possible that this one too just does not have control. That wherever. So that's the same story in Nymphomaniacs.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
can't stop it because he refused to stop it when he can stop it.
So
it's more like a continuity for him.
Yes.
So if
At this point, let me talk like an African. Probably spiritual.
it could be village people.
Spiritual work. I don't think
Apostle, but you're apostle.
We
It's not
can,
spiritual.
no, there are things that we say is spiritual, but they are not spiritual. He is the one that said. I believe that people around him might be telling him when he's going into this. It is greediness. You don't want to.
You just feel you will still
feel
blow.
like
You still
can
get
just
more.
blow over it. And when you even make the money, you spend it
Spend
the same way
it. You.
but there's a part of the story I didn't tell you. When everybody was scolding him, he called me one side and said, I feel so horrible because my family thinks I have graduated, but I haven't graduated because my final year, I used my school fees to bet.
Okay.
And that is 3 years ago. I don't even think I can go back to school.
Wow.
And the guy, you could tell from his facial expression that he's
tired of the
disappointed
lifestyle.
at his own self. So in the Western world, they'll tell you go for therapy.
Yeah.
But for some of us who've experienced these things from certain people, we can also know that sometimes this could be spiritually related.
Right.
So I'll tell you, if you don't believe in spirituality,
Then go for therapy.
But if therapy does not work, just go back to spirit.
Okay.
That would be like
It's in two ways actually. That we come from different backgrounds. It may be spiritual, but before this spiritual whatever affects you, you give room to it. You understand? The people you mingle with, this bet Niger, bet whatever. The people you mingle with, there's no way you'll be following somebody that is doing this. No matter how good your family is, no matter how good your foundation is spiritually, and you keep living with somebody that is betting, this is the story is always catching. One day you will try with one couple, and as you start trying, you will keep trying. You get my point? Then before you know it, you will become addicted to it, and they will always blame themselves. All of them I have seen, they will always blame themselves. I don't know what is wrong with me. I don't know what is wrong with me. I think after prayers, if they say spiritual, I believe in spirituality. I believe in attack. After prayers, they should take such person to a place that he can stay at least for 6 months without having access to his phone and other things.
That will make him
That
go
will
back
make
to
him
betting.
to do that.
The demon might likely.
The demon is not.
I almost chose Claudia because of something.
Because when they
Is this a church
when
section?
they-
Sometimes how you say
they
demon.
say it's demon.
Apostle,
No,
you are also
it's
putting
true,
it.
it's
They
true.
will not listen
It's
to
true.
you.
You know why I
When they have
subscribe
done
to that
this,
school
they
of
will
thought?
say it's demon.
Have you noticed
Devil
that?
self have tired. In fact, everything is the devil. But when I have a lot of them, I have a lot of them. There was one in my church before. So every day, very intelligent. He teach. So before he came, he used to borrow money, play. I never knew. Until one day, he collected money from my son in the name of God, use it for Bet Naija, and the money went. Time to pay, no way. Then he now came to me. My son did not tell me. He now came to me. I said, Ma, school is about to resume. I need money to change my clothes. I said, what's happened to your salary? He talked some story. I gave him money for him to go to the market to go and prepare ahead of time. From that place, he went to Ijabu, played down the whole money. Then they now lock him up. 2 days later, I started calling the whole people he knew. They called my son. And my son came to him, guess what? I said, what? This also person they have
The bank like that will lock him up.
Yes, where he bet. He betted and not betted on credit too.
Wow.
So when they called me, I said, I am not bringing cup. You people should take him to wherever you want to take him to. Let him suffer it for some times. At least if he did not say anything to bed. Or you people should let him be working for you. That was how this boy, because people used to come to his rescue. Then this one, nobody came to his rescue.
But let me quickly say this so that we can move on.
And he did.
The thing is, hope they did not employ him there because
No, they did not employ him.
because they will come back and find out that even the betting shop has been it's all gone. I just want to say this for those who are betting. In fact, I don't know. It's gambling, and I'm always against gambling. I have some persons around me that gamble, and every time I keep advising them, and they will tell me they will stop. So the extent that if they want to do it, they will hide. But I always know why, because the paper will always show itself. You understand? So please, I just stop gambling. It's very, very addictive. It's as good as taking alcohol every morning. And before you know, you can't just do without alcohol. You can't do without smoking. It's also very addictive. So please, let's actually, how did we even go over to betting? It is well. Anyways, it success you, right? Okay. Lastly, before we go, because I mean, we just have like 5 minutes off. Okay, we still have like 7 minutes to go. But okay, very quickly, as a husband, I'm going to ask you first, then obviously I'll ask her. As a husband, must you seek the consent of your wife before bringing your mother or your siblings to the house, to your home? Is it a must?
If you have respect for your wife, you should seek their consent. And as a matter of fact, you're going to be looking for trouble, not so. As because you as the guy, if the lady does the same thing to you, you probably won't feel okay.
Feel funny, yeah.
But there are exceptions to this. There are partners who care less about this kind of things, especially when the bonding within the family is good.
Strong, yeah.
So I see my mother-in-law, she treats me like her daughter, and I have mother-daughter relationship. If I see her at my doorstep tomorrow, I might not be offended. In fact, as a matter of fact, I'll be like, wow, you guys started to surprise me. But we know that this is not a relationship that exists in every family. So there are mother-in-law that cannot stay in the same space with the daughter. There are even siblings that cannot stay in the same space. So I think you should have proper understanding of your partner's family, your partner, to be able to come to make some decisions. There are some decisions that you already know that this is going to be catastrophic. So just avoid it.
Okay. Apostle, you agree with him?
Yes, I
it's very necessary.
Yes, very, very necessary. Sometimes we make war where there is no war. We create. When in a family that, like he said, where the mother-in-law accepts him as a child, as his own son. I don't think the wife or the whoever will be angry, but it's always good. It's always good. When you get the information, your mom is coming. Do you discuss with your wife whether the relationship is good or what?
Or not.
Because it is still that your wife, she has her own plans. She has other things that she can do. She's the one to take care of this your mom. So you should consult her and let her be in agreement before mama will come. She may say, oh, this period is not okay by me. Let's leave it to come this. Or let me talk to mama where there is a good relationship. But allowing, okay, come. The woman may not be in the good
Mood to accommodate.
just like the man. So we'll always, in fact, what work for this family
Might not work for the other. I just still feel that no matter how, in fact, even if the man's mother or the wife's mother takes the son very closely and vice versa the other way, I still think it's good. In fact, sometimes you find out that it's the wife that will say, your mom even called me, she said she's coming to work, but she did not call me, now me that I'm her son, you understand? Despite that, you still have to inform the son that your mom called, she said she's gonna come, because you have to be ready to take someone, two people staying together is another thing entirely. Is a whole lot. Then having to bring another person that will probably have mood swing, appetite change, so many things that might not maybe be able to even contribute properly to the house is another thing. I just believe everybody should try to inform their partners before bringing, even your siblings. You want to bring your siblings, they want to visit, you have to do that. And for those that are behind the back, they take money from their husband. I know a lot of women do that. Take money from their husband and give it to their siblings to help their siblings. Like, I want to get something from the market, but I know there's 150K I want to give my sister. So I will look for a way to put the 50K into what I'm getting from you from the market. I think it's always good you inform your very, very wrong. Inform your husband, and husband too, always inform your wife. We can't take any more topic. Our time is very fine. We have 2 minutes, so I'll use 2 minutes to wrap up. Thank you so much, Success, for coming.
You're welcome.
There was no strong hot seat today. It was fair. It's because it's Apostle that is here. Apostle takes easy. If it was a Molola or Pat, I'm very sure they would have scattered this table. Thank you so much for coming, ma. It's been a long time. I hope to see you again. Maybe next week, next 2 weeks, whenever you're available. Thank you, my viewers, for joining. I hope you learned 1 or 2 as usual. For it, thank God it's Friday. We're talking about entertainment, bringing gist, bringing music, bringing movies to your way. Until then, do have a beautiful day. My name is Rose Blossom. Bye for now.